I really don't think that Iran has any problem with that. And there have been many gestures by Iran with respect to, for example, a joint international venture for production of nuclear fuel in Iran, and so on and so forth. And some of these ideas have yet to be taken seriously by the US and its Western allies. Right now, in my opinion and the opinion of many legal experts, Iran has the upper hand in the legal argument should a comprehensive, serious negotiation transpire between Iran and the 5+1 nations in the near future, hopefully come this fall. Because there is no evidence of diversion. Iran is exercising its rights, and its program is transparent, and there's been a great deal of cooperation with the IAEA. So all of that, I think leads to the conclusion that it's time to lift the sanctions and normalize Iran's nuclear dossier, which is exactly what the recent work plan between Iran and the IAEA promised in its last paragraph, that once those outstanding questions are resolved, Iran's file would be treated normal, and that's what it should be right now.
All right, we just lost David.
Let me.
All right, now we have David. So, Dave, yes,
can you hear me?
Yes, I'd like to hear your response, but also this. The best hope of stopping Iran from making a bomb. This is what you say, and this is exactly Washington Post, New York Times, all American media. It's just making a bomb. How could you have a civil nuclear program, totally independent, totally self-reliant, fuel cycle, without making a bomb? That's Iran's argument.
Well, I think you've put your finger on the issue. I think that what Dr. Afrasiabi said, these are the technical questions that negotiators need to sit down and discuss. The IAEA said in 2004 that it found a pattern of concealment in Iran's activities. And that view has been supported by the United Nations Security Council. All of the leading powers, Russia, China, all of the powers have agreed on that finding. So this is an issue that Iran's going to need to address. It's obvious to me that some of the ideas that Dr. Afrasiabi discusses are going to be helpful in resolving the concerns that the world has. Again, I look back to history. The United States and the Soviet Union had a fundamental conflict. Through negotiation, through a series of arms control agreements, they came to an understanding and finally a limitation on their nuclear weapons. In the case of Iran, which doesn't have nuclear weapons and says it doesn't want them, the issue is fairly simple. How can it show the world through a process of inspection and confidence building
on that question
that its
note,
intentions
we're
are simply to have a civilian program?
All right, on that question note, let's go to Dr. Kalbafar-Siabi. 20 seconds.
Well, I reiterate what I said. There's a time for negotiation that has come, and the Obama administration should not reverse itself, should not resort to coercive diplomacy and backtrack on its promise of not advancing negotiations with threats. Unfortunately, we're starting to see that's happening, and that's a bad sign.
All right. On that pessimistic note, our thanks both to Washington, David Ignatius, associate editor and columnist for the Washington Post, and of course from Newton, Boston, we're joined by Dr. Kalbafar-Siabi, political scientist, author of several books, numerous articles on Iran's foreign and nuclear policies. And to our viewers, thank you for watching.